So, in an effort to be more social and connect with my community, I've been interacting with a lot of different people from all walks of life, right? The random person on the street, the person getting their groceries, some random person at the gym or at the bar. And what I can't help but notice is how astoundingly unremarkable a majority of people are. And I'm not saying this in some self aggrandizing, holier than thou way. I'm saying this as a matter of fact. And it's sad because I look at these people and I'm like, man, you probably are more talented than I am. There's areas where you're definitely smarter than me. You're better than me in so many ways, but you're not applying yourself. You are complicit with being a self-idolizing gooner, right? You're living this hedonist lifestyle. You're okay with wasting your potential on Fortnite and sports betting and social media. And it's sad. It's sad because it's not their fault. It may not be their fault, but it's their responsibility. So the best thing that you can do is just focus on being remarkable. Don't just be remarkable, be rememberable and be competent, right? Learn how to provide value to others in every single interaction. I'll go and have dinner with people and I will not get a single thing out of that conversation. Out of that single hour-long meal, there is not one thing they said that will make me remember them. And once again, I'm not saying this to self-idolize or to self-aggrandize. I'm saying this because it's sad, because I know there's things that they can provide. I know that they could contribute if they wanted to and if they had the right scaffolding and structure. So the problem here is that we're just cool with not being very good. This world not only makes being a man-child okay, it makes it desirable, right? They want you to be weak. They want you to be nullified, and they want you to be pussified. I think that college is just a 4-year humiliation ritual to remove any level of ambition or independence that you may have, to make you feel bad about being strong and wanting to impose your will in this world, right? They make Nietzsche sound like an asshole, and they make Freud sound like he's the god and all be all, right? They want you to think about your trauma and get into the state of learned helplessness and go to a shrink and put you on SSRIs and Adderall to fuck your brain up. And I'm saying this from experience because they did all this. Thank God it didn't work, right? I was so close to just accepting that and being like, yeah, I'm sad and I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna suck from the tit of this system, but I didn't. And I don't want anybody to. Right? I think that everybody has a unique gift that they can give, and we used to be able to find that because we had structure, and we had support, and we had legends, and we had this culture that we could build off of, and religion that was a scaffolding, but that's all gone now. So the only solution is to rebuild it back yourself. And the best way that I like to rebuild this back myself is just finding what my unique edge is. What is the thing that makes me different? The thing that may cause a lot of my problems, but it also gives me that secret sauce. Everybody has one. Some are more blatant than others. Some are more beneficial in the way that they manifest than others, and some are very problematic. The way that I do it is I look at what my most self-destructive behaviors are. What are my strongest held beliefs that sound crazy to others but are true to me? For me, a lot of it comes down to anthropology, right? It comes down to understanding how humans are supposed to live and being obsessed with this idea and realizing that the way that we're living now is not that. So what I do is I then take that as an internal pursuit of figuring that out, playing archaeologist with my past, and then I find a way to parlay that into being as valuable as possible. And a great way to do this is to read the book So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport and to understand this idea of career capital. Because we may not like how the world is, but it's a game that we still have to play. We can't get out of the real world, especially not at base level. I don't like the people that pretend like they're better than everybody when they have nothing to show for it, right? They have all these credentials in their bio, but they haven't done anything. So the thing is to suck it up, work on that internal process while figuring out how to be as impactful as possible in other areas. The way that I did it was I was trying to do all these big things when I was young, and I got a certain way, but my foundation wasn't strong. I didn't have this true proof of value. So what did I do? I started an agency, and I started just pumping out results. I had results that I grinded away for that nobody could take away from me. I made this much money. I got this many views. I got this many followers, yada, 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 for all these brands. That gave me the career capital to get my foot in the door, to show that, hey, listen, I can play this game, and then I can say that this game is not worth playing, right? I hate the people who are like, oh, I could be jacked if I wanted to. I just don't want to get jacked. What's the point of being jacked? When they're a fat ass with 20% body fat and run a 15-minute mile. Same with the guys that are like, oh, I could make money. Like, money's stupid. Why would I make money? Why would I have a job? Buddy, you couldn't get hired in the first place, so shut up. You need to prove yourself to then go and have your own opinions. That is what builds you the foundation to then go and form your own opinions on life. Because everybody has the right to an opinion. Nobody has the right to an opinion being heard. You have to earn that. And the best way to do that is to find a way to become impactful, right? To become memorable, right? To make people's lives change by interacting with you. This is so important. It's not just important for me, it's important for every single person, right? If you don't do that, other people will, and they'll do it with far shadier intentions. In my opinion, and it's pretty obvious, I think we're all noticing now, the opinions that are propped up by society are not good for society. You go around, what do you see? You see a lot of people protesting stuff that you don't really care about, stuff that you're probably like, why are they even talking about this? The only way to work against that is to become so competent and to become so remarkable that your voice cuts through the noise. So that's a little side quest I have for all of you guys, is to just become more remarkable. Find a way to prove your value and find a way to give that unique gift that you have every single day. We all have a gift. We all have a secret sauce. We all have an edge. Find a way to embody that edge. Mitigate the manifestation of that edge in the bad and detrimental, and maximize the beneficial. Don't think what you want for yourself. Think what you want for the world. That's a problem that a lot of people get in. They get into the self-idolizing trap, right? It's all about me, 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 me. And we have a world that prioritizes the me. We have a world of a bunch of people that are in their own silo, right? It's only about them. They have no community. They have no family. They have no relationship. They have no friends. It's just them. That's not how we work. That's not how humans work. It takes a tribe. So study your own life. Study how humans are supposed to live, right? Can you go and watch a documentary on some ancient tribe or ancient civilization? Can you go and just think about these things? Can you read a book? Can you expand your own level of competency? Because that's the only way that you can build the world that you want to live in, and it's so crucial. It's never been more crucial. I believe that we're about to enter a vacuum of cultural significance. I think we're already there. The only solution to avoid the malaise of entropy, going into this, bullshittery that makes everything gray, is to be strong and assertive about what you want from the world and acting on it. All right, anyway, have a good weekend. See ya.